for the government issuing the warrant of his arrest, fine, it's cool. But what I think is, if his properties that he has, I know he has a lot of properties, he has a lot of other companies that he has. So if they can sell it and then sort out the people whose money are in there, fine. But in terms of Ghanaians being greedy, I don't think so. Someone is doing business and the person says that I should bring this amount of money, at the end of the day he's going to give me this, and I think it's good for me, fine, I have to do it. So I don't think it's greediness.
For me, my view on the whole issue is, it's a business that he was doing. And it's every man, when you are going in for a business, neither you lose or you gain. So it's a breach of contract that has happened. So maybe the customers should have cooperated with him. He shouldn't have run away or hide himself. He should have met the customers, give them certain explanation that can lead them to their standard understanding so that they can give him more time to even settle them small as time goes on.
In a way, it's too late, and I think it's better late than never, because he was in the country for a very long time. This thing started, but I will blame some of the customers, because I remember when the Bank of Ghana issued their statement that they should not do business with them, because some went on demonstration saying they want to destroy the man's business. But after they got to know it was a scam, then they turned back and started blaming a Bank of Ghana.
But due to the customers who were greedy?
Yeah, because this is not the first time. Because if you check the profit margins, Charlie, it's something else. Because it's not possible. Because how can you buy gold, you sell it on the world market, and sometimes the price of gold will fall, but you still give the same amount you promise you give? Where do you get the extra money to pay those profits? So I think people are Ghanaians, some of us are really, really, really greedy.
I feel it's not necessary, because the government is supposed to try and find out the reason why the money is locked. And the government should try and come together with the customers of the company and try to resolve the issue, so that the government knows the kind of amount people have saved in that company. So that if the government arrests the person and put the person to jail, and the customers still don't get their money, then everyone loses. So the government should be patient and try to retrieve the money for the people.
I think the government should have acted earlier, rather than letting the person leaving the country. And I think the reason why he's acting is because of pressure coming from the people. Okay, if not the pressure, I don't think he's going to act. And moreover, people are saying he's part of the MPP. Do you get it? He's part of MPP. So you want to just clear off his name from that tag, that they are tagging that the man is part of MPP. So I think he should have done that from the onset, not now. If you look at the returns and the percentage, okay, it's outrageous. The percentage is outrageous. So I think the customers were greedy. At some point, they were greedy. Because even if you look at the banking sector, I think their rate is 12.5, some are 30. I think the highest is 13%. And looking at men's gold, I think it was almost 30% and over. Okay. And I think the reason why he got more customers was because initially he was paying their returns. Okay. So people got to know about the man paying the returns. So it caused so many people to to invest in the men's gold. So I think they were greedy in some way.
I think it's the right decision to arrest him. Yeah. Because a lot of, even yesterday I went to him yesterday and they issued the reason yesterday. That was yesterday. So even I got to him and my body was telling me that he has invested a lot of money into that. So can you imagine maybe how it is for someone to suffer? Now at the end of the day, go and put his money in a bank and then at once the money will get locked up. Can you imagine maybe how the person suffered and you got that money? So I think that it's a right decision for government to arrest the guy, and then so that they will bring him to book, they will query him for him to, let me say, tell the people how it all began and how best he can do to release those money to those people because it matters a lot.
Number one, you're Ghanaian, you're Nipa. Oh, say baby, I should be an umbra. I want to say, you're gonna force an OG, and to be I should be an umbra, so that the way a bit of young profono, they'll find a way out so that we can pay the people. What I say, because in himself, Objejuma Ama, a lot of people. I say, Xylophone media or Xylophone TV or maybe Juma or anti umbra. Gana for the eternity, scadi about 2 years. What I say, anti umbra, baby, Oshe be no umbra, eternity. What I say, I may say they are greedy to invest that because of the percentage involved. What I say, they are greedy because I want pay quick money and the other things. Until they are greedy, that point they are very greedy. To be honestly speaking, they are greedy. What I say, until now one the eternity. What I say, me, madam for Bakuska, but other last goes on. Now, what baby, I'll say,